You made it to the 52 real estate wealth principles at Alchemist Nation. Hey, we're on a mission to double down now, double down on our income. So let's get ready for money. In this corner, we have the person that has your money. And in this corner, we have the answers for creating income. The man, the myth, the legend that builds millionaires, Gualter Amarillo.
Let's
Round of
give Stephen Beaver a
applause.
round of applause. All right, welcome back, Alchemist Nation. So here we are today at Wealth Principle 11. I know we've been speeding up through the 52 weeks to wealth. Hands to the camera if you're okay with making wealth faster. If you're all right with doing this a little quicker than usual. The reason we're doubling up on some of our principles is because we're aiming to be at Wealth Principle 51 by this year's 100 Millionaire Summit, which is November 3rd and November 5th. Well, third, we'll include the 4th in there as well. We're going to go all the way for 3 days. This will be the most powerful 3 days of the entire year. It's the 80-20 of the 80-20 of the 80-20. So in 3 days, we'll be building your business plan to make $1 million if you haven't already done so. And we'll be celebrating our millionaires as they walk across the stage receiving their Millionaire Award. So everybody who has become a millionaire in Mount Alchemist Station, let's give you a big round of applause. For everybody who's on their way, let's give you a big round of applause. So today's wealth principle, double down your marketing, came from a point where I was in Vegas. I was in Vegas and I was reviewing all of the different principles that I discovered from all the different books that I was studying at the time. And I had studied over 250 books before I left for Vegas. Now I've read over 400 and about 20 books. Hence, Cameron, if you've read a few books, you've read maybe 52. Excellent. So in this community, we read a book a week, and we're going to talk about this week's book of the week, which is all about marketing. And the reason we talk about marketing is because we're business owners. Hence, Karen, if you'd like to make more money this year, if you're committed to making more money, this is the goal, this stuff, the green stuff. Excellent. And if you're in another country, whatever your currency is fine too, but the US dollar is currently doing better than most. So you may want to earn in US dollars. Hence, Karen, if you live in America, you live in the US. Excellent. Hence to the camera, if you don't live in the United States, but you're still cool, you're like super cool. Michelle doesn't live in the United States, but we love her. Let's give Michelle and Lars and all of our international team, Liba, a big round of applause for helping us out, building millionaires. So our international team is out there messaging you, building things in the back end. Our developers are not in the United States, and yet here we are in America, the land of the free, the land of marketing. By the way, America is marketed all over the world. Hence, Karen, if you know, there's a McDonald's in every country all across this fucking planet, except for Antarctica and the other one, the two poles. We don't seem to do very well with our marketing up in the North and the South poles, but we crush it. What is it, Richard?
Antarctica,
that one. So we don't do very well where there's no people.
Alaska.
What is it, Gary?
There's a McDonald's in North Pole, Alaska. I went there just last year.
Hey, we can't hear you, brother. So the point is that in other countries, they know about our brands. In other countries that don't speak our language, in China, Japan, you will find a McDonald's. In China, Japan, you will find a Walmart. You will find a Target. Hence, Karen, if you understand, this is some crazy shit. Marketing is nuts. It's all over the place. It's because they followed a couple of principles that we're going to talk about today. And in recessions, they doubled down on their marketing. There's actually a couple companies that were built in 2008 that we may use as an example. The first being Uber. Who has in their lifetime driven in an Uber? Hands Karen, if you've been inside of an Uber vehicle. And what about a Lyft? Who's been inside the little purple pink place? Weird and interesting, right? So Uber has had more people in their cars than Lyft. First mover advantage. We're going to talk about that in a little bit. The other company is Airbnb. Hands to camera if you stayed at an Airbnb before. Hands to camera if you stayed at an Airbnb. Excellent. Hands to camera if you stayed at a Marriott before. A few more people, just a few. What's interesting is that Airbnb doesn't own a single piece of real estate, doesn't own any land. It doesn't own any of its assets. Uber doesn't own any of its assets. These were companies that were built in the middle of a recession. Hence, Karen, if you're aware that we are not only in a recession, but looking at a deeper recession. We're looking at more coming. It's going to get worse. Excellent. So, and by the way, this is not just doom and gloom. This is just fact. I'm okay with it. Hence, Karen, if you're okay with a recession, it's where millionaires are built. We love this whole concept. This is our thing. This works for us. Excellent. This is where you double down on your marketing when marketing is cheaper, when marketing is more affordable, when marketing works a little bit better, when nobody else is in the marketplace marketing. Now, I've noticed that Facebook ads become more expensive. I've noticed that Google ads have become more expensive. I've noticed that pretty much all form of marketing, the traditional forms of marketing, have become more expensive, which means that the big companies are pressing for more attention. Hence the camera, if you recognize, we should do what they're doing. They're pressing for more attention, but we can't compete with them. So today's call, we're not going to talk about advertising in any manner. We're not going to talk about spending dollars on platforms that the big companies are spending dollars. Hence camera, if you're okay with that. Things that not only maybe don't cost anything, but maybe pay you for your marketing. Who's interested in learning how to get paid for your marketing? Who would double down on their marketing if they were getting paid to do it? All right. So that's what we're going to talk about today. In a recession, you not only don't have funds to slam into marketing, you must make your marketing pay you. In a recession, the only way to expand quickly is to make your marketing pay you. Yes, a net negative would be good, but that's going to cost a lot of time and effort. But if you can get paid, you can expand your team faster. Hence, camera, if you were getting paid from your marketing, you do more marketing. Just I want to double check, make sure each one of you is smart enough to be on this call. Awesome. Give yourselves a round of applause. Very intelligent. If it pays you, do more of it. If it brings in clients, do more of it. If it does both, build a business around it and do more of it and expand that as far and wide as you possibly can. So marketing is obviously the lifeblood of the business. I talked to Vinny Chopra this week. He is a billionaire on his way to $2 billion under management. He's got $1.6 billion worth of real estate under management. His goal is to build another $2 billion worth of residential assisted living in the next 4 years. Hence, I can't think Vinny knows a thing about marketing and business. So I ran this by him. I said, what is the lifeblood of a business? He said, marketing. You have to market. People have to know you. I said, well, how do you do it? And if you go back and you watch our Abundance Thursdays call this week, he actually talked about his book first, although I dug deeper and it wasn't the first thing he did, because obviously he didn't come out of the womb of being an engineer and decide I'm going to be a real estate investor and write a book. Hence, if you understand, he had no skills, he had no knowledge, he didn't have an authority to write a book. So what he did was he went and met up with people and asked them who they know. Ask them who they know who would be interested in multifamily syndication, who'd be interested in passively investing in multifamilies. He asked people, who do you know? Now, how do you find those people? Right? Ask if you're asked that yourself a couple of times. Like, where are these people that you ask? I understand referrals are important, but like, where do you find them? Where do you ask? We're going to talk about that today. That's very important. So Vinny pointed out the importance of marketing. He said, without it, your business can't grow. Obviously, sales skills are necessary, but without people in front of you, your sales skills are going to be useless. Hence, Karen, if you think you're pretty good at sales, you could convert pretty damn well. Where are my salespeople at? There's a couple of you on here, right? Salespeople, let me ask you. You drop it in the chat, yes or no. If you're a great salesperson, but you've got nobody to talk to, who are you selling? You're selling yourself, right? All you're gonna do is sell yourself on like, I'm the greatest. And then at some point you're gonna start selling yourself on, you might need to learn marketing. Who here is already sold on the concept that it's time to learn marketing? Yes. Excellent. If you're a wholesaler, you're a real estate agent, if you're a real estate investor looking to raise capital, if you are a landlord looking to find better tenants, if you're looking for employees, if you're a contractor and you're looking for the right employees to be in your company to expand and scale, if you own a business and you can't find any good help these days, then you might want to double down on your marketing. So let's dive into it. The first is something called acquisition marketing. And acquisition marketing, if you're a private money lender, this would be the acquiring of your hedge fund person. This would be, if you're a hard money lender or you're a passive investor, this would be the acquiring of the money or the funding or the product that you're going to sell to the marketplace. If you're a real estate investor, a real estate agent, then this is finding the product, the inventory to put onto the market. If you're a wholesaler, this again, finding the product, finding the inventory. Acquisition marketing is step one. You must have something to sell. So acquisition marketing is the first part of your company. So who here has at some point wanted to be a private money lender? Who wants to be the bank, right? On Friday, we talk about being the bank. Hands in the camera if you'd like a little more money to be the bank, right? Put $1 million at 12%, you're earning 120,000. You put $2 million, you're earning $250,000, right? You put 10 million at 12%, you're earning $1.2 million a year. Hence, if you could retire at $1.2 million a year passive income. So then it might make sense to learn first acquisition marketing. And acquisition marketing comes down to the same thing as we're going to find throughout the rest of this. You must be able to identify who your client is. That's your avatar. We talk about this in the recession proof challenge all the time. Who's your avatar day one? And then you must create a message around your avatar. Right? So if you're looking for more capital, right? For example, who has more capital? Usually it's older people. Where are my old people at? Hands to camera if you acknowledge yourself as being older than everybody else. Where are my old folks at? Okay, a couple of you. Hands to camera if your old friends also have money. You got money, your old friends have money, right? It's weird, right? Hands to camera if you know an old person who's pretty rich, an old person who's pretty wealthy. Hands to camera if everybody on this call should know at least one old person who's pretty wealthy. I mean, the chances are your parents are richer than you are because they've been around longer. They've had more time to invest. Obviously, my parents are not richer than me because I went a little bit more of an aggressive path. And Cam, if you're okay with leverage, you're all right with scaling up faster than other people. All right. So first step is avatar. You got to know who has the asset you're looking to acquire. In this case, it's capital. It's not money. It's capital. Or in a real estate agent's case, it's the property to sell. It's not money. You're not looking for the commission. You're actually looking for the inventory to sell so you can make something. With Amy and Steven's case, it was actually the six-figure jumpstart product itself they were looking for. Do we have the knowledge and the assets to build this thing? For Mitch Jorsky, as he's building out the mentorship program, it was, do I have what they want? Who is it that is looking for, and what is this information they're looking for? Building out this component. So acquisition marketing is the first piece. We're gonna write this down. So step one, acquisition marketing. You got to get the inventory that you're going to sell to market. Step two, utilization marketing. The second type of marketing is your like rental marketing strategy or your utility marketing strategy. It's how you find your lenders. It's how you find your borrowers. It's how you find, if you're a lender, how you find them. If you're a real estate investor, it's the tenants, right? It's that tenant, that group that once you've found the property and bought the property, it's that next group that you go and fulfill the property. So number two is utilization marketing. So first, we got to find inventory, enough inventory to sell. And then number two, second, is we have to find a market that's interested in buying it. Hence, Karen, if you have experienced this in your business already, a lack on one of them. Either you got a ton of inventory and you're ready to go put it to the marketplace, or you have a ton of clients and they're missing inventory. They're missing the thing that they're looking to buy. So those two types of marketing are what we're going to talk about today. And the way we get them is positioning in the marketplace. The only way to get either one of those marketing, by the way, when we do the recession proof challenge, avatar is usually my biggest problem with our folks. Hence, Cam, if you struggled on your avatar at the beginning, you're a little wishy-washy. I'm like, who do I serve? Who do I serve? It was this principle. It was this exact principle that was causing the problem. Two avatars exist in your company at all times. You have the acquisition avatar, the getting more of your inventory of your product, and then you have utility avatar, the person who you're going to sell that product to. So you have to have two separate marketing plans, two separate marketing structures. And that means positioning two separate companies, two separate brands, two separate ideas. Hands to Cam for starting to get the idea. This is why we double down on our marketing. It's not just about going deeper in it. It's about getting the extra inventory. Hands to Cam, if you know, more inventory means more clients. If you had more of the stuff, you'd get more of the clients. True or true? So when you look at your marketing approach, it's possible you're going after the wrong avatar. If you're not making the money you're looking for, it's possible you're not going after the right avatar. So let's talk about positioning. By the way, I see a whole bunch of our community wearing our shirts right now. Let's give everybody wearing a shirt a big round of applause. I see Gary's got the 100 Millionaires shirt. Mike Shine's got the names on deeds. Lee's got 100 Millionaires. Darina's got Mission of Millions. Who else has a shirt? Hold it up. Hold up to the camera if you got a shirt. So we'll take the question at the end, bro. My girl will take it later. Jen's got names on deeds. Awesome. Awesome. Let's give everybody, again, one more round of applause. If you are on this mission to build millionaires, becoming a millionaire, being a millionaire, holding the million and helping others get there, I appreciate you. It's not easy. It is a lot of work. That's for sure. But it's fun work. And it's also a positioning statement. So first, I want you to write down that you need a positioning statement. What is the thing that you want to be known for? What is the thing that people will draw to you from where they're at? And for us, we found that if you're a real estate investor looking to raise capital, there's a position statement that is very powerful. It's passive real estate investing, or it's multifamily networking. We run an event. Everybody needs a lead magnet. You need something that's going to draw your clients in, right? Instead of you spending money on advertising, you create an event. This is what we do. Alchemist Nation is a bunch of live events. The reason we grew so fast is because we brought people in who have a same idea, same mindset, same belief system. When we're looking to expand our community, we go and we create business and real estate professional networks. or we're looking to take new locations. We're finding realtors, lenders, financial planners, investors, wholesalers, because that group of people wants to build their networks. Hands to the camera if you're one of those, wants more people in your network. Excellent. Wants more real estate, wants more capital. Excellent. So we build that group first. That's how we expand. That's how we take ground. Then how we help our community take ground is we build one of these two events. The first being real estate investor associations. This is how you get buyers for your investments. It's how you get wholesalers to help you find deals. And sometimes you raise some small private capital through those events. The other is the multifamily network. This attracts high net worth investors and multifamily real estate investors if you're looking for partners on deals. Those two components position you in the marketplace as an authority, even if you don't know anything about either assets, because you can bring in speakers. Dorena is actually the queen of this. She started the multifamily network in Boston. Actually, somebody else started the multifamily network in Boston. She took it over. And what ended up happening was everybody thought that she was a specialist in multifamily, even though she was an agent and had, at that time, had you done a multifamily yet, Dorena? Or you found your first multifamily from there?
No, I started the chapter in Boston and first was in Worcester. And I already had duplex, yes. But I was still super green.
So you had a duplex and then you found your next deal from that event, correct?
Two more.
You found your next two deals from that event and they were funded from that event, true?
Yeah, probably 5,000 out of pocket total for an attorney.
And what were those? What did you profit in the last 2 years selling two of those two?
$250,000 and 200,000, just slightly less of $250,000. I know it's a big number for me.
So $450,000 from running a networking event every month called the Multifamily Network in Boston.
You can put it this way, yes.
And then how many clients? I know you don't know the answer, but you pulled clients out of that because you're a real estate and you pulled clients out of that room, high-end multifamily clients.
I had a few. It was not the main focus. The deals were the main focus, but yes.
Let's give Dorena a round of applause. I love real shit. I love like real examples of things that actually work, right? So the multifamily network is for people who are looking to draw capital in. The Real Estate Investor Association is looking for deals. When you're looking for people who have deals, hands down, if you've been to a Real Estate Investor Association and found a whole bunch of wholesalers in the room, yeah, a whole bunch of wholesalers. Wholesalers got deals. So it's two types of marketing, right? You've got your acquisition marketing, which is the deal finding component, and then you've got the money finding component. Now, what's interesting with the multifamily networks is sometimes they also bring multifamily deals. Notice the deals Dorena bought were multifamilies, and she was able to finance them through the multifamily network as well. So she had capital and deal finding. So if I were to say there was an event or a type of marketing that would be great for both, by the way, hands cam if you'd like both, I would say do the multifamily network. And if you want to know how to do the multifamily network, Dorena, what's the link for? Actually, I would say just join the Recession Proof Challenge. Hands cam if you've been through the Recession Proof Challenge, we show you how to do it. Day one, from first start to finish. In fact, hands cam if you've had us even build it for you while you're through the Recession Proof Challenge. Awesome. Give all of our champions, our leaders, a big round of applause. So as we go to expand, positioning in the marketplace is important. You could write a book. Absolutely. This is what Vinny told me. He said, look, my book helped me raise $300 million from capital from private investors. My book, right? I'm telling you, this is what Vinny told me. Vinny Chopra, billionaire. He said, his book, which is Multifamily Syndication. Made Easy. Who's read this book already? Who's read this from Vinny? And scam if you've read this book. If you haven't, you should. So this book made Vinny $300 million, or at least gave him access to $300 million, which he then used to buy $1.6 billion worth of real estate. I will tell you, this book that I wrote has become a huge positioning statement for me in the marketplace. And since we're talking about marketing, this has been a high leverage point. What do you do when you don't have a book? Create an event. Do what Dorena's done. Do what Dorena did to raise capital. From Ron and I, we did a $2.5 million deal, which I'll be talking about when I fly up to Massachusetts in a couple of weeks. We did a $2.5 million deal that was profit. Right, so we bought it for $840. It was worth 2.5 when we closed. 2 years later, it was appraised at 3.5 million, which means our profit in that deal was like $2.5 million. Hands to camera, if that's a good deal, if that's the sort of deal you'd like to do, all from running a networking event called the South Coast Real Estate Investors Group. And then I spoke. I happened to go up on stage. I wasn't the speaker. I just happened to be a member of the Boston REIA. I stood up and said, yeah, I got a deal. Who wants to lend to me? And raised $300,000 to close that deal. Hence, camera, if you could probably tell people what you got. If you had an audience and you stood in front of them, somebody might be interested. Positioning yourself. Do not sit at the back of the room. When somebody says, hey, who has a deal? Put your hand up, walk to the front, stand there. Say something. Let something come out of your mouth, and then you will achieve success. You cannot achieve success in your living room. I tried. Trust me, I was a nerd. I was a video game nerd. I was like, maybe I'll just sit here and money will come. I tried day trading. You can't do it at work. You can't do it in your office all by yourself in your cubicle. I was trying to day trade, and that didn't work. But what did work, this introvert went and he put himself in front of a room, and I had to create the room. I had to go and find the room. And then I built the room from going to other people's rooms and putting myself in front of the next person, in front of the next person, in front of the next person, just saying, hey, what do you do? And when they said what they did, I say, well, I got this wholesaling boot camp I'm doing. You want to come check it out? And I would bring people back to my wholesaling boot camp that I ran on Saturdays. It used to be called the wholesaling boot camp, by the way. Hence, can't feel like 52 Weeks to Wealth much better. This is a much better name. Yeah. Because we're not looking for wholesalers anymore. We're looking to build millionaires, right? So we had to change the name. We had to position ourselves in the marketplace as the millionaire builders so that we could attract the people who wanted to become them, who wanted to grow others. Positioning statement is important. Positioning action is important. Hence, if you're committed to positioning yourself better in the marketplace, my suggestion this week, because I could go deep into this, is decide on which one you need the most, which would bring the other. In my experience, inventory of the product brings clients. When you have a significant amount of off-market properties, agents, hands to the camera, if you would make a lot of sales, if you had a big off-market list, big inventory, if you put that out on Facebook and said, I got an off-market list, you will get email after email after email after email of investors saying, please send me your list. Please send me the list. Please send me the list. I'm ready to work with you. They will sign NDAs. They will sign buyer's agreements because you got the off-market list. Hands to the camera. If you're a capital investor and you said, I've got a ton of capital, who needs a loan? You would have a ton of business. If you put that on Facebook, go get the inventory. Get the inventory. Focus on the inventory, and the clients where the demand is will come to you. Too many people are focusing on trying to find more clients, but the inventory brings the clients. You got to go in reverse. You got to go get the thing and tell people you got the thing. Don't go get a thing that people don't want, right? Right? I didn't go and get, hey, I'm gonna teach you how to invest in real estate. I went and I got to teach you how to become a millionaire. It separates me from all the other real estate investment coaches out there. I'm not a coach. I'm going to show you a process to become a millionaire. You got to show up to a live networking events. If you understand, it's simple. You got to go to live networking events that are real estate based, and you will make $1 million. Eventually, you're in the room where other people are bringing deals, other people are doing money. You will be a millionaire. It's inevitable that happens. But if you stay in your living room, right? If you don't go and create an event, if you don't go to other events, by the way, do not create events other people exist. When you're doubling down on your marketing, don't create the same marketing message as everybody else. Who agrees? If you're going to double down on your marketing and you're going to expand in the marketplace, don't sound like everybody else. You've got to position yourself differently. We talk a lot about this in the RPC and the Recession Proof Challenge. We talk about on day 2, we go into the message and your positioning within the marketplace, how important that is. There's 9 different steps that we walk you through on day 2. And on day 3, we talk about the irresistible offer. Your offer that's so sexy that when you say it, people say, how do I get in? All I say is I build millionaires. And people ask me, how do I join in? Like, I don't even offer a mentorship program right now. Thanks, if you know, I do not offer a mentorship program right now. I have not offered it for the last 9 months, 8 months. Since before the summer, I stopped it. I stopped offering it. And I get messages every single day. How do I get you to become my mentor? How do I get you to become my mentor? How do I get you to can you mentor me? I just tell them no right now. I was like, well, no, but I put a bunch of free courses on Alchemist Nation. You can go get the free courses. I'm looking for mentors. Don't get me wrong. I'm looking for mentors. I think Mitch Jorsky might be starting a mentorship program, maybe revolved around the real estate investing, the Scaredy Cat Guide to Real Estate Investing, how to evaluate deals, how to go through it. If you were on the call with us earlier, if you're in one of our programs, by the way, put your hands to the camera if you already kind of know what I'm about to tell everybody about. You were on the call earlier, so you know we've been teasing this. So the mentorship might be something that we bring back. But I knew it couldn't be me because I was so focused on building leaders. I had to separate myself from being the mentor. And I knew it had to be somebody who was smarter than me. I knew it had to be somebody who actually loved evaluating deals so much so that he built his own calculator. Evaluated so many deals, he had to build his own calculator on his website called the Scaredy Cat calculator for real estate investing. And so I asked Mitch, I said, Mitch, would you do it? And Mitch said no. He said, no, there's no way I'm going to do it. It's a lot of work. Can't you understand? Mentoring is a lot of work. It's a lot of freaking work. He said, no way there's no way I can't do that. I said, well, what would it take to get you to do it? And he said, if we didn't do it continuously the way we used to, and we just made it a set period of time where I teach the tactics, I teach the strategy, and they get the ability to go and do the thing, and it's just 6 to 8 weeks, and then they go forward, and it's 1 or 2 times a year. Because before we used to run the mentorship continuously, it would be 6 to 8 weeks, but we'd take anybody in continuously, and it became a full year job. And so Mitch said, if we just did it 1 or 2 times a year, I would do that. Hence, Karen, you understand it means you got to get in during one of those 1 or 2 times. Absolutely. So I have a lot of real estate agents who've been asking for mentorship, how to walk somebody through a deal, how to evaluate a deal, how to communicate whether a property is a good deal or not. And that's what used to be in the mentorship. That's what was in there. DJ, the cost, we're not selling it right now. So it's I haven't decided what the cost is. I know I used to sell it for $2,000. I know when we started, we did a Black Friday deal for $700. That brought in a whole bunch of people. But I know I won't do that again because a lot of those people didn't take action. Hence, Karen, if you know, I don't like working with losers. I like people who do things. Yes. I like people who take action. Melanie's rolling her eyes. She's like, well, I mean, that's mean, Gualter. Be nice. I love you, Mel. It's easy for you to say, Mel. You're a multimillionaire and you're crushing it. Let's give Melanie a big round of applause. She's buying Subway. She's buying real estate. She's absolutely slaying it. And so Mitch started with Gualter as a real estate coach, even though he crushes it in the crypto game. That's right, Mike. So Mitch has been a coach for a long time. And that's how I knew he was the right person to ask to do this. As far as the price goes, I'm not 100% sure. It'll probably be less than 2,000, but it'll be more than 700. Hence, Karen, if that's okay, that's kind of like the right price. It's in that ballpark. It'll be somewhere in there. So, but we will be releasing that probably around the Recession Proof conference, which is coming up. Dorina, what are the dates for the Recession Proof conference? You can unmute and just share those with us because I know that's coming up fast.
April 29th, 30th. It's virtual.
April 29th to the 30th. It's 2 days. It'll be a virtual program where we're going to have a lot of different speakers come in who are specialists on the market, specialists on what niches are doing well. We've got a speaker who's doing, did I lock down Adrian Smoot? Is he going to speak on mobile homes?
Not yet.
Can we please lock down
He's
Adrian?
coming to the conference 100%. I'm just not sure he's speaking.
All right, so we'll get him to speak. I can't get him to shut up anyway when we're in person, so I know he will definitely speak. He also created a course in Alchemist Nation, something about mobile homes. Hence, Cam, if you'd like to learn more about mobile home investing, if that seems like a niche that might keep growing, yes. Also, I know for sure confirmed, I've got, I know her name, Elizabeth Guerrero, who runs Residential Assisted Living Academy. And Scam, if you'd like to learn more about RALs, residential assisted livings, that's another exploding market, the silver tsunami. Vinny Chopra's talking about it all the time. So I got her coming. I've got Al Nicoletti, who's going to be talking about some of the law, the legalities of investing right now. Al is a really phenomenal national attorney. And I think that he and I think Mike Shine is speaking. I know Mitch Jaworski is speaking. We're going to be talking about some of the different strategies. Mike's going to be talking about partnerships, how to partner and level up in the recession-proof, in a recession market. Mike, I didn't ask you, but I assumed you were coming. So I got you. You going to come talk about partnerships, your new book? We'll figure it out. We'll make sure that Mike is in. Hanson Cam, if you'd like Mike Shine to speak on partnerships.
I just don't know where we're going to be at that point. Intention is to travel around the world.
We'll make sure that you can do it from anywhere you are. It's a virtual training.
Nice. I'll do it from Florence in honor of Jen Sullivan. How's that?
I love it. So the commission for each one of you this year, the mission, the commission, the goal is for you to walk across the stage at the 100 Millionaire Summit as a millionaire. The strategy to get there is you've got to build your network. The only way to get there right now in a market like this is you got to double down your marketing. You can't rely on your own systems anymore. You got to expand your systems. If you need deals, you need to work with wholesalers and realtors. You cannot do it by yourself anymore. You can't go build a off-market list and skip trace it and hire a bunch of VAs. That just takes way too long. If you're going to do a system like that, make it a network of wholesalers and a network of realtors. Hence, Karen, if you understand what I'm talking about, doubling down, going to the next level. You got to next level it. If you need capital to close on deals, you cannot rely on seller financing or subject to. If you do not know or understand those strategies, then you need to be at the Recession Proof Challenge, Recession Proof Conference, because I know Larry Steinhaus will be there. Doreen, do I have Larry? Can we lock him down? Ask him if you'd like to learn subject to from somebody who has built his entire career on subject to. Excellent. So Doreen will peer pressure Larry Steinhaus to make sure he shows up.
What up? What up? What up?
He already said he would. He already said he would be there. I saw him on a post.
Hell yeah, he will.
Hell yeah, he will.
Let's give Doreen a round of applause for making sure that we've got the best speakers coming to the Recession Proof Conference. This is an event that is designed to get you to the next level. Doreen, do we charge for this? Is this free or is this charged? Oh, this is everybody who came to the Recession Proof Challenge has a ticket, right?
Yes. So if you've been through Recession Proof Challenge, you have a ticket. If you didn't go, then you don't have a ticket.
Excellent. Let's give Doreen one more round of applause. So if you didn't go through the Recession Proof Challenge, then now is probably the time to go through the Recession Proof Challenge. And if you have gone to the Recession Proof Challenge, you've got a ticket to the Recession Proof Conference. In this conference, we're going to be talking about how to evaluate deals in a recession, how to buy real estate in a recession, what niches are doing better in a recession. I was fighting with a guy on Facebook earlier today. Well, he was fighting and I was laughing. But the idea was that he was mad that I said, it's a recession, double down on your marketing. And he was like, it's not a recession. I was like, bro, like everything, all signs are that a recession is coming. You can't avoid that. This thing is in here in many places and coming to our country. Hence, Cam, if you want to be prepared, instead of, eyes like this, it's not a recession, it's not happening. Yo, it's here. This shit's going down. Expand, take ground. If you don't find a deal right now, dig deeper. If you can't find a great deal to buy, dig deeper. We are currently investing, right? Every dollar that comes in, we keep deploying it. There's more and more for us to keep deploying. It's not always in the sort of deals it used to be. The market has shifted. There are different types of things that we're investing in. You've got to know what's working right now, and you've got to evaluate based on a recession, not based on inflation continuing going up. Hence, if you know, people are losing money right now. They are all over the country. I've got friends. I've been talking to a lot of millionaires who are struggling right now, like successful people who are going through a little bit of a bumpy patch. Now they're shifting over to different asset classes. They're shifting over to different things that are working. And one of the things they keep saying is that they're increasing their networks. They're increasing the size of their networks. They're increasing the size of relationships. They're deepening their relationships. They're going deeper on the thing that has always made them money, which is their relationships. Hence, if you understand, all the money is in the hands of other people. All the money you want is in the hands of other people. Excellent. So that being said, every week we read a book, and every week we suggest a book. I'm going to tell you the books I've been reading on marketing, but we also are going to share the book of the week that I think you should read. Who'd like to know the books I've been reading this past week on marketing to prepare for this principle? First was Crossing the Chasm. This is for high-tech entrepreneurs who are looking to go from small clients to across to the major marketplace. The second is Positioning. And this is all about putting yourself into the right position to just attract clients, to draw clients to you and get paid for drawing clients to you. The third is Influence. Influence is all about that message, what you should say so that others will draw themselves to what you're doing and bring others along. And how do you make it beneficial for everyone? With these three concepts, these three plans, ideas, we plan on going across the chasm. We plan on taking our whole nation and going nationwide. Up until now, we've had about 20 networking events running, but our goal is 300 by the end of the year. So in order to do that, it's going to take some serious deployment of positioning, putting ourselves into that state. Hence the camera, if you're willing to expand your position, put yourself into a state where money flows to you, clients flow to you, deals flow to you, give yourselves a round of applause. That's the year that we're all focusing on. Social media has become more important in doing this, and the book of the week kind of comes from an expert of social media. So let's give Mike Shine, the keeper of the books, the holistic attorney, the closer, a big round of applause. Mike, what is the book of the week?
The book of the week is Crush It by Gary Vaynerchuk. I think when we originally did this, we made a mistake and we put Crushing It, but both books are valuable. The first book is Gary Vaynerchuk's story of his own use of social media. His family had a liquor store, had wine. I think they were making like $3 million a year, nothing to sneeze at, but he took it up and he made it something like a $64 million business. So that the name comes from the fact that you crush grapes. Haha. So he crushes it. But it's really valuable to get you. A lot of the stuff is like the stuff he's talking about is a little outdated now, because the way social media changes every day. There's something new. There's TikTok. There's Facebook, whatever you're on. But just from an inspiration point of view, you should definitely read Gary's book, Crush It, just to hear his story. His story is so inspiring, and he's relentless when it comes to it. If you ever subscribe to Gary, he's always on. He's doing crazy stuff. He's at like garage sales, picking up stuff, and it's all just content. And it's I mean, you're in the right room because Gualter does that too. We invited Gualter down to Roatan, and the whole thing was just Gualter doing social media and doing, quick little lives from Roatan. It was totally different from what we normally do. But yeah, so the book is Crush It. And then what he did was he wrote a second book called Crushing It, where he interviewed a bunch of people who used his method to go get it. And so you can hear their stories too. And if you're in the marketing space, which you should be if you're doing anything like this, whether you're a realtor, a real estate investor, or you have a business, you need to be out there, and these books will help you do that. He's a beast, by the way. If you don't know who Gary Vaynerchuk is, I am shocked because he is all over it. The only one I know who's more all over it is Gualter Amarello. So Crush It and Crushing It are two great books. And if you want to be inspired in the social media space, Gary V is the man. Thanks.
Let's give Mike Shine a round of applause. I know that maybe in Mike's feed, I show up more because Mike likes all my posts. So, so it's possible in Mike's feed, I show up more than Gary Vaynerchuk. But in my feed, I see Gary every day saying, "You're not too young. You're not too old to be successful. You're only 20 years old. Be successful. Don't worry. Stop rushing." Whereas I'm the opposite. I'm like, "You're 20. You're behind. Go make money." So it's different messages. There's no right or wrong out there in social media, but you gotta learn about it. We can't deny it. This thing is taking over the world. It's who here has seen it really just become a monstrous way to make money, a monstrous form of marketing. I mean, it is intimidating. It is scary. I absolutely agree. But what I'll tell you is it works. It does work. Hence the camera. If you're all here because you see me on social media at some point, I said something or did something and it got you in. I messaged you or, had contact with you. Hence camera, if I met you at a live event and then you started following me and now we're here. Here we are. So it's a multi-level type of marketing. Grant Cardone talks about it. Gary Vee talks about it. You got to be out in person at live events. You got to create live events, create the space for people to come and connect with you. And you've also got to go to other spaces, and you've got to have a presence on social media. Email is dead unless they have a loving relationship with you. The only people who open my emails are you. Everybody else who I would send an email to, they'd be like, whatever, junk mail. So email only works with a relationship, with somebody who knows you, somebody who you have actual connection with. So don't try to buy email lists. That shit doesn't work. What does work is going to a live location, meet a person, shake their hand, get their contact, then you have a relationship. You got to go old school in order to survive this future. You got to be able to go do the things that nobody else is good at anymore. Hence, if you know, there's more introverts born in this country. Everybody's an introvert post-COVID, right? Literally, everybody post-COVID's like, I don't want to talk to people. I'd rather thumb relationship them. I'd like to just have a thumb relationship. Hence, if you know, the millennials don't like to meet people in person. They're socially awkward. They got no skills. They got no people skills. It's true. Just a handful of us, right? We just squeak in. But those of you who have the ability to communicate with others, especially in person, will have true influence. Don't be afraid of them. They're afraid of you. I assure you, when you're out in a public space, they are there to network, but they don't know how to network. You have the secrets. Ask them how they are. Ask them what they do. Say the word "you" a couple times, and they will be yours. Say their name a handful of times, and you will have locked them, because nobody in this world takes the time to understand one individual human being. Everybody in this world is just thinking about, oh, there's so many people, I got to move to the next, move to the next. They don't take the time to build a deep relationship with one person. All it takes is 3 or 4 people at a networking event for you to crush it, because you can get them on social media, and then you see the next people at the next event, next people at the next event, next. You just got to be out there grabbing real souls, real relationships, and then build real relationships and help them get rich. Hence, if you're committed to building 100 millionaires, you know you will get richer through helping others get rich. There's no denying it. It's impossible. Hence, if you're committed to having 100 tenants, providing housing to 100 people. Excellent. You provide housing to 100 people, there's no way of not becoming a millionaire. Hence, if you'd like to invest 100 millionaires' money, if you'd like to invest 100 millionaires' money for them, no way could you invest 100 millionaires' money and not get rich, not become a millionaire yourself. Hence, if you understand, 100 of anything will get you there if it's the right thing. Let me tell you. Owning 100 cats can be very expensive. So I want to take that back. There's a couple of things that you get 100 of and you do it that will get you to become a millionaire. There's a whole lot of things that if you do it 100 times will not get you to be a millionaire. 100 bicep curls just gets you bigger biceps. All right, 100 days of leg day just gets you a bigger butt, which I'm cool with. By the way, if you want to join me on the year of leg day, there's plenty of room in the gym. We're way past January and February. All the New Year's resolutions folks are gone, so the gym is back open again. So get yourselves out there, get yourselves into the gym, get fit mentally. Take some action this week. Action steps. You ready? Ask if you're ready to do some action steps, real exercise. Write down on a piece of paper who has all the money you're looking for. Whether it's the inventory for your product, so who has the inventory, or if you're looking for capital, who has the capital, who has the properties, the capital, or the desire to buy your thing, who has it? Write it down. What do they look like? What is their age? What is their gender? Where do they live? State-wise, like where do they live? What is their age? What is their gender? Where do they live? City, state? What type of house do they live in? These demographics are important. This is your avatar. If you're going to double down on your marketing, double down on the one that if you had more of it, it would bring you more of the next thing. Double down if you had more of this, it would bring you more of the next thing. If you want to buy real estate and you can't find deals, and double down on wholesalers, because with more wholesalers, you're going to find more deals. Hence, if you understand, this is how you double down your marketing, right? If you need capital, don't double down on going to the banks unless, well, actually double down and go to the banks. That works too. But if you need capital, double down on spending time teaching people with capital how to invest with you. Spend your time attracting people with capital and teaching them about real estate. That's the multifamily network. Right? If you're looking for more capital, you've got to teach people who have capital. And what I will say is what I found, one final tip before we jump off the questions. I know Mitch is going to talk a little bit about this mentorship thing. And I want to get Steven's opinion on the 6-figure jumpstart, why it's so important. The lack of capital is just a lack of resourcefulness. It is a lack of concern for people who have capital. It's a lack of love or appreciation for people who have capital. Hence, Cameron, if you'd like more capital in your investment career. So for those of you who do not have other people's capital, do not have control of other people's capital, it's just because you haven't let people with capital know that you can do it. You just haven't shown them how you do what you do. You haven't walked them through a deal. You haven't given them a reason. You haven't positioned yourself as the person who invests capital. And Scam, if you agree, you go on your Facebook, it doesn't say anything about it, right? My people who want hence scammer, go ahead. Yep. If I go to your Facebook, does it say I invest other people's money for a return? Doubt it. Hence scam, if you got that. Anybody on your Facebook? Anybody got that on their Facebook? No. Epic fail. Position yourself better. Right?
I'm gonna go put it on there right now.
There you go. Hey, I'm the leader of the multifamily network in this state, right? That's positioning yourself. That right there says I invest. I'm the leader, or I host the multifamily network in Arizona. I host the multifamily network in Florida. I host the multifamily network in Tampa, right? That says that I'm the person who knows how to invest in multifamily. Sans care, if you understand, it's a positioning statement. Position yourself better, and you will get what you're looking for. But don't hunt for it. Farm for it. Plant the tree, water the seeds, let it grow. With that being said, Mitch Jorsky, can you share a little bit about the mentorship? Also, let's give Mike Shine a big round of applause. Keeper of the books, crushing it. That was a great rendition. I love that book. And I do have
Gracias.
For everybody who's in the Recession Proof Challenge, we're going to do it today at 11 o'clock. So we're going to be jumping right out of this and right over into that. And then for everybody who's in the mastermind at 12 o'clock, we're going to go jump right into the mastermind and we're going to dive into that. And that is just for mastermind members. So if you're in the mastermind, get some lunch. And if you're in the Recession Proof Challenge, you can eat after. And if you're here for Q&A, Mitch, take it away.
What are we talking about? Mentorship?
Yeah, man. What are some of the things you're going to be putting in there?
Well, I mean,
questions you've been getting.
You know me, the mentorship's whatever it needs to be because I'm the jack of all trades with investing. But it seems like there's an itch and an urge and a desire for more real estate related information, knowledge. So the goal is to essentially take people from, not knowing how to underwrite deals to understanding what their market is, to understanding what form of real estate they should be in, because people that early in their journey always are like, oh, I'm going to wholesale. Wait, I'm going to flip. Wait, I'm going to be a rental property investor. Wait, I'm going to hotel. And it's like, wait, no, hold on. What do you do? What do you do now? Do you have a job? What's your income? Blah, blah, blah. And then you can slowly figure out based on their personality, what they should actually be doing. We all know that I do long-term buy and hold and I do the BRRRR strategy. Why? It suits my personality and it's what I enjoy doing. Flipping, I do once in a blue. Why? Because it feels like an effing job. And we all know the cat doesn't want a job. If I wanted a job, I would have stayed in my corporate job back in 2017 and never left. So the focus is going to be on real estate and getting people figured out what exactly their avenue is in real estate investing, how to analyze deals, how to figure out what their market is. Ideally, can it be locally? Hopefully, but sometimes based on where you live, it doesn't make sense. So I'm going to teach you how to identify markets, how to find opportunity. And I'm sure we'll end up talking about other things because I can't help myself. Because we all know I love crypto, I love stocks, and all the investments. But the goal is to get people right in real estate and how to buy right. So from what you've said, that seems like there's a desire out there. I know with the Recession Proof Challenge, you're focused on how to essentially build your avatar, but there's not that specific focus on real estate. I feel like that's I guess been missing of late. So we're going to fill that void. So that'll kind of be what we do.
Let's give Mitch Jorsky a round of applause. And for clarity on the Recession Proof Challenge, what we do is we fill you with a database of 100 people. If you want, it'd be 100 millionaires of real estate in your market. I give you the strategy. I show you how to do it. I even offer to do it for you. So hence, Karen, if you'd like 100 millionaires in your database that are offered to take you to lunch, excellent. So the Recession Proof Challenge, the link is challenge.alchemistnation.com. And Dorina, do you mind dropping that in the chat? So if you haven't been through the challenge, come through the challenge. If you have been through the challenge, come through it again. And for 21 days at 10 o'clock in the morning, every single day, we will be talking about and building your magnet, your lead magnet to get you there. So it's not heavy real estate training. This is heavy magnet training. This is drawing the avatar in. The mentorship that Mitch is going to put together is real estate training, specifically how to evaluate, how to find, how to source and negotiate real estate deals. Hence the camera, if both trainings are important, no matter where you are. Yeah, you need both. You need access to the magnet and you need access to know what to do once the deal comes through. Mike Shine, I see your hand, brother.
Yeah, I just want to point out, because a lot of people here know Mitch from crypto. I just want to point out that Mitch, when this all started, Mitch came in because he's an amazing real estate investor. He actually wrote the Scaredy Cat Guide to Real Estate Investing, great book that he wrote. He has the rental property calculator. And for the first couple of years, that was the focus. Every time Gualter called on Mitch, it was about real estate investing. It just that crypto got hot and he's super smart when it comes to crypto too, but super valuable, always bouncing ideas off of off of Mitch about investing. So well worth your time to spend some time with Mitch. And so if he's doing a class, I would jump in.
100%. Let's give Mike a round of applause. It's true. Mitch did, when we were running the mentorship originally, we had 8 coaches, and Mitch did all the evaluating of deals. Like, that was his thing. When we do names on deeds, Mitch teaches how to evaluate real estate deals. So if you go to the names on deeds trainings, it's always Mitch who's running the evaluate deals. Hence, Karen, if you understand, he's probably the best at it because that's all he's done for the longest time. He wrote the book on it. He wrote the book on how to, Scaredy Cat Guide to Real Estate Investing for a reason. It's a beginner's guide for real estate investing. If you've never done it before, or you just want to get back to the basics, it's really cool. Like, it's a really well written book for beginners and for getting started, and sometimes just getting confidence so you don't make the mistakes. And there's a new version of it coming out, right, Mitch? You're going to be updating that this year?
That is the goal.
Awesome. So, Stephen, 6 figures, obviously super important. It's really important to get to your 6 figures before you become a millionaire, although a handful of people have done it. I know in this next coming market, just getting yourself to that 6-figure point is a big confidence point. Where are my 6-figure earners at? Who's done it already? Earned more than 6 figures in a year? Throw your hands really close to the camera. Hands to the camera if that was a big confidence boost for you, like really change your mindset on who you are. Awesome. Let's give our 6-figure earners a round of applause. It makes you feel like, whoa, like I'm doing something that a lot of people don't do. A lot of people, don't know how to do this or haven't done this. It really gives you a confidence boost. From there, becoming a millionaire is inevitable. It's just, oh my God, like now that I've proven that buying real estate just seems easy. I can do this very easily. So Stephen, what does the 6-figure jumpstart look like?
So basically, it's real simple. We double your income in 6 months. So if you're making 50, you're going to make 100. And the way we can do that is because, well, for 30 years, I've been developing this program, and Gualter's conned me into giving it away, basically.
What he does.
There's really only 3 things you need. All right. And everybody thinks there's a lot, but there's not. You need leads. Leads, right? All right. We're going to get through that. We're going to go through the avatar training and all the stuff that needs to do that. You also need, after you get so many leads, you're going to be too busy. You're not going to be able to handle them all. You need leader. You need a team. You need leverage, right? And so we're going to show you how to build the team. And then after that, you need somebody to hold you accountable. You need a leader. Gualter that's why we're here, right? Gualter is the leader, right? Without Gualter here, we would go somewhere else, right?
A leader.
So
a leader. I'm just a leader.
A leader. That's true, because Mitch and Ron and Dorina, they all have their thing, but he's the head of the organization as far as the face, okay, the baldness, okay. But anyway, the jump start, we get through the roadblocks, because most of the programs out there don't do that. They don't get through your roadblocks and what stopped you in the past, right? And so we hold you accountable. We have a bunch of tracking systems. It's not intensive, but once every month, you're going to go through it 6 times. 6 times, because you're not going to get it all. Just like the recession proof challenge, you're not going to get it all. So we're going to give it to you 6 times, right? So every Monday through Friday, on the first Monday of the month, we'll go through it again, and you'll say, "Wow, this is I'm ready for this one. I'm ready for this one." And literally by the end of the 6 months, there's no way you cannot be making double your income. And the way that I think of it is, what I always used to tell people, still do, is I'm going to double your income for 2 years. So do the math there. That makes you a millionaire. But in the meantime, what's the problem for you being able to invest right now? You don't have the money, right? Fastest way to do that is not through real estate. It's through what you're doing right now and doubling that income. And then you have the money. Now, here's what I always say. I'll close with this. When we double your income 4 times, 2 times every 6 months, and you can't make a living, we will pay for your therapy because you need it.
Let's give Stephen Bieber a round of applause. Also, Amy McMurray, who's the backbone of that business, that program. She's making sure that everybody stays organized and together. Let's give Dorina a big round of applause for making sure this community knows what's going on. She's building all of the events. I tasked her, by the way, Dorina could use some help and support because I tasked her with opening 25 new locations in Florida in the next 30 days. If you understand, that's doubling our exposure to Alchemist Nation. That's 2 times the amount of events we currently are running right now. And she's looking for local Florida hosts. We have the technology. We're just missing the host. We can fill the room. We need the body to sit in the room with a laptop or a tablet. So if you know somebody in one of the major Florida markets who's a coach who could use leads, who's a realtor who could use leads, or a broker who could use leads, or a lender who could use leads, and it doesn't mind helping agents and real estate professionals become successful and just standing in a room and networking, please contact Dorina with one of those folks, because we're looking for hosts and leaders in the market. We've got the events created. Now we're just looking for some help to get that done. So let's give Dorina a big round of applause as we continue to expand Alchemist Nation and building our millionaires. It does take live events. There's 3 things it takes to become a millionaire. It takes your network, it takes the right knowledge, and it takes accountability. 52 Weeks to Wealth will hold you accountable. But in the knowledge, we got all the coaches, the training to get you that success, the knowledge. But it's the network that is the glue. It's the tool. It's the resource that gets everybody to that next level. So one more time, let's give you a round of applause, because you are exactly what it takes to become a millionaire. Without you, we got nothing to work with. You're the one. You're the captain of the ship. You're the reason we show up. Without you, I wouldn't be here. So I want to thank you very personally from the bottom of my heart. Thank you for your commitment, for your dedication, and for your desire for success, and even more for being brave enough to say you'll build 100 millionaires once you get yours. Cheers to your success. We have a choice. I always work with the best. I got to jump off, but Tashin's got a question. I think, Steven, I could twist your arm to stay on for a few minutes.
Yes, sir.
Awesome. Thank you, bro. Let's give Steven a round of applause. Go
Quick,
ahead, Tashin.
Dorina, if there's anything that I can do to help you from here, like whatever, I don't know, anything that I can do to help you, like relieve whatever you've got going on from here, just email me, message me, whatever. I'll do whatever I can to help you.
Right on. Right on. We're better
That
as a
goes
team.
for
Tashin.
that goes to me as well, Dorina. If there's any way I can help, any way I can add value, I'm willing to do that. I'm not in the Florida market, but I have some people in the Florida market. I'm willing to fly out to Florida. Whatever you need, I'm at your service. So don't hesitate to reach out if there's any way I can be of assistance.
Hey, Dorina, this is Roland.
Thank you.
I'm a real estate agent and property manager, so just sign me up for wherever you need in Tampa or Orlando or Sarasota. I do all those areas.
All of those.
Yeah, I manage properties from Orlando down to Sarasota, so, and then everywhere in between. So get a location, let me know where, and I'll be there.
And so I didn't really have a question. I know Gualter said about a question. I didn't have a question. I just wanted to share some wins with you guys. Me and my fiance are putting together a volunteer community cleanup in my community. I've made this post about 24 hours ago. We've got about 15 shares on the post, about 11 volunteers, and we just got M&T Bank to commit to bringing volunteers as well to the event. So we're doing that. And I'm working to speak with a seller in the next 48 hours. I may also have my first subject to deal that is actually, it has a notice to sell and is going to auction in the next 33 days if nothing is done to help this seller. So we are looking at possibly closing our first subject to deal for $20,000 to the seller on a property that is worth about $260,000 with $175,000 in equity.
Gotta love that. Right on. Right on. And how did you do this? Did you do this because you were all by yourself and you went out and knocked on doors? Is that how you found this deal, Tashin?
No, I found this deal from working with people, from talking to mentors, from getting advice, taking action. I went down to my county clerk's office, located the notice of sale, had a couple of people do some research, and then I kind of just looked over the research and dug into my public record site, pulling those deeds, pulling those titles, pulling that stuff, and having people to help me do due diligence. We actually found our property owner doing a YouTube live channel and giving all of their information on the YouTube live and talking about all of their pain from this property. So we were able to get some inside knowledge on this prospect before we ever even spoke to them.
Awesome. Awesome. Networking and teamwork. What a concept. What is it they say? It takes a village to build a family. Well, guess what? We're a family, and it's a business. Business is the most important thing that you need to have teamwork for. So, right on. Big hand for Tashin. Right on. Any other questions, comments, theories, hypotheses? Lay it on us. I know Amy, go for it.
It's not a question. Gualter just texted me and he says he can't run the RPC with this meeting going on. So he's
Damn
trying to.
it. All right, well then, I will
So
end
I
it
think
right
we're gonna
now.
have to cut it.
Good
So
luck,
RPC people
of
can move
course.
over.
Yeah, I know. Good luck, of course, laboring under correct knowledge. Have a happy and successful day. I'm TMV, Stephen Beaver. Take more vacations. That's how we spell your success.